Spice Rack, where you at? Hey Spice Rack, it's your girl Spice coming at you with another video, another episode of Spice's Dish. That's where I dish on some crazy things I find in these internet streets. So today, we are back in these Reddit streets and we're under the relationship advice thread. And this was a little interesting, so let's get into it and see what you guys think. Oh, by the way, do you like my shirt? I just feel like this shirt all day long, I want to say this to people. Let me be black and gray. Like, damn, can I just live? Okay, I, an 18-year-old female, found out that my mom, 42 years old, has been lying about why my dad, 45, abandoned me 15 years ago. I don't know how to move forward. For most of my life, I was just raised by my mother, since my father left us when I was 3 and we were very close. My mom has always been vague about the details of the divorce, just that it was very painful and sudden and that he never had interest in getting custody of me. A couple months ago, I was going through documents looking for my birth certificate and I came across their divorce papers. Surprisingly, my mom was listed as the one who filed for the divorce, contradicting her story that he left us. I figured there must have been a reason for this, like him being abusive, but I know that my mom is sensitive about the topic, so I didn't want to bring it up. I asked my aunt, her sister, but I was told to drop it. Ooh, that's when you know. When auntie and sister and grandma don't want to talk about it, it's some juice. It's been bugging me, so I found him on Facebook. His profile was completely private, but his profile picture showed me him with a little boy who must be my brother. I found his business email online, and against my better judgment, I emailed him asking if he would like to meet me for coffee. He agreed. Ooh. Last week we met, and he was completely not what I was expecting. He was thrilled to see me, almost cried, and wanted to hear everything I'd been up to for the past 15 years. I asked why he left, and that's when I got his side of the story. Okay, y'all, let's roll them up. Get ready. Here we go. Towards the end of their marriage, my father confessed to my mom that he is bisexual, and that during high school and college he had a serious boyfriend. Okay. He was ashamed of his sexuality, which was why he hid it from my more traditional mom. My mom was angry but didn't divorce him because of it. After the divorce, he began dating his boyfriend again, and my mom freaked out over me being exposed to this. My mom petitioned for full custody and was granted it. Over the years, my father has attempted to reach out to my mom about me, but she has never budged. I asked my mom about what really happened. No bullshit. I told her dad's side of the story, and she tearfully admitted that it was true. She insists it was not out of anger or bigotry, but because she genuinely believed that it was best for me to stay with her. She lied to me for years, making me think my own father did not want me. My dad and I are reconnecting now, but I've missed so much. Next week I'm going to meet his husband and my 7-year-old brother. I live with my mom, but I can't speak to her right now. She is begging me to forgive her, but I'm so angry and I don't know how I will ever not be angry with her. Oh, baby girl, that's a hard one. That's a hard one because you have to remember, and this is not an excuse for your mom, and it probably was some bigotry involved with her decision. I don't know her, but I'm guessing that had a lot to do with it, especially since she's saying that's really the only reason she felt that you should be with her and not him. But you also have to remember, this is, it's not a new topic. Being gay is not new, but for some reason people are just now getting on the bandwagon with accepting that happens and that people are gay. And for some reason, for a long time, being gay also meant something negative. It was right there with, you're gay, you're a sinner. You're gay, you're evil. You're gay, you're a pervert. It all was connected in people's minds for years, for decades. And I think because more people are talking about it, more people know gay people, there's more awareness, there's more understanding. It doesn't mean that you have AIDS. It doesn't mean you're a pedophile or a pervert. Like, people are understanding things a lot better now because there's more talk and you see it more, that I think that lends to people being more accepting and tolerant. And I don't want to give your mom an excuse, but I feel like your mom acted completely out of ignorance and probably a little bit of betrayal and hurt. And I don't think that that's right, but I also don't know that I could say I don't understand why she would act that way. It's something about that. Someone's asked me before, like, if Babe ever cheated on you with a guy versus him cheating on you with a girl, what would be worse? And of course, to me, a guy would be worse. And the reason I would say that is because it's not like I can compete with the guy. There's something that they have that I don't. A woman still would hurt. I mean, that's being cheated on altogether is sucky. But I think it would affect me a little bit different because I don't know. I mean, I know that when you cheat, it's a you problem, not a me problem. So I don't know that I would take it that way, but it would just be kind of it for sure would be like a shock. Like, hello, what? When did we do that? When did we talk about that? When was this part of this equation? I don't know. I really wish that your dad had fought harder. You know, like, even though he left when you were 3, you've been probably accessible on social media. You probably had access. And why didn't he go to court and make her give you visitation? You know what I mean? Like, you can't just put it all on your mom. It is a big part on her. But there's resources that he could have taken advantage of to potentially have time with you and to get the opportunity to help raise you. So it make me, I want to ask those questions too. You know, and also the court system hasn't always been very lenient or very accepting to gay men or men in general that want custody, but especially gay men. So that might have been part of it, but like, did he try? That's what my question would be. Your mom probably is so hurt that she hurt you, and even more hurt that she's been exposed, probably trying to really justify why she did it. And maybe she's known for years that there was some like ill will there. And this is probably killing her inside, the fact that you're not speaking to her. And I totally think you have the right to be upset. I'm not trying to rush you through it. I guess I'd want you to maybe try to understand her point and use this as maybe an opportunity that you can teach her more on why her decision was completely stupid and ignorant, you know? This one's a hard one. What do you guys think? Tell me, because you guys normally have good advice. A lot of the comments I read gives me a different perspective, and maybe I'm just not understanding it enough. But like I said, I don't want to give her an excuse, but I understand why people were so... 15 years ago, it was a different world. People were not... You weren't seeing pose on TV. You weren't seeing 2 men kissing on TV. It just was so taboo, which is stupid when you think about it. But the last 10 years has become... I mean, it's just become so normalized, which it should have been all along. But now people are kind of like okay with it a little bit more. I don't want to say, I know it's not across the board, but there's a lot more acceptance and a lot more tolerance. And maybe if this had happened now, she would have a different point of view. But like I said, it's not an excuse, because over the years she could have changed her mind or learned or educated herself. And she might have even realized she was making a mistake, but then was just too selfish to give you up, because she might have been hurt that he was moving on with another man. I mean, that's an honest thing. It would be more honest. It would be better to receive it if she was honest and told you that, because I know that's what you're looking for. And you might not ever get that from her, but I guess when you get to the point that you can listen and give her some understanding, or just at least hear her out, try, you know, because you miss so much time out with your dad. Don't turn around and now miss out more time with your mom. You know what I mean? Especially coming from 2 people who don't have active parents. My mom's deceased. My dad is somewhere. I really don't even know right now. It makes the fights and the arguments and some of the things that you might have gone through so much less important when they're not even here anymore. And we're not promised, you know? I just got done watching Kobe Bryant's funeral, and I literally bawled the whole time. But all it does is remind you that you can be the healthiest person. You could be the richest person, and death still comes for you. Those are the only things you're guaranteed. And I'd hate for you to be so angry and upset that something horrible happens to your mom or your dad and you guys have unfinished business, you know? Try to find in your heart to make peace with her. I'm not saying don't be upset. You should give yourself some time. But you know what I've been trying to do lately in my own life? When I am feeling a certain way, whether it's upset or anxious or just not myself, like sad, or even a little depressed or self-defeated, because I do defeat myself in my head. I say, okay, you have until the morning. You get tonight to feel sad. You get tonight to feel depressed. You get tonight to just wallow in your feelings. But tomorrow we're going to suck it up and we're moving on. Because when you start wallowing, now that can last a long time. And it just exacerbates things that are not necessarily, it's not necessary to do that. Try to give your mother some grace. And also try to give her the ability to see why she was wrong. But then if you can somehow corral the families together, I mean, how awesome would that be that you get your mom and dad and actually maybe spend Christmas with both of them? You know what I mean? Girl, it's a lot, and you're only 18, so I can only imagine what your mind is going through, and I do feel for you because that's hard to have your dad away just because your mom chose to. That's a really hard thing, and I don't want to discount your feelings, baby, but try to give her some grace, give her some room, let her speak it out, and give her the opportunity to make amends because she might want to. And honestly, when you apologize, you do need to try to make amends. And if she genuinely wants to do that, don't take that opportunity from yourself. Does that make sense? Y'all chime in. Let her know. What do you think that she should do? Or how do you think about this situation? What do you think about it? Am I like totally misreading it? Am I missing the boat? I don't know. Anyway, Spice Rack, thank you so much for being here. Y'all are so great. I just love you guys because when we have stories, all of my Spices Dish, you guys give me such good commentary. Sometimes it's stuff that I'm like, oh, I didn't even think about that. Or it's little pieces that I'm like, I should have said that. Because you'll have some really funny one-liners sometimes. If you're not a part of the Spice Rack, that's all I'm going to say. I'm going to just give you the eye. Please, come on, hit the button. You know you want to. We having fun over here. Come on over. Enjoy this time with us. Come back over and over and over and over again. Because Spice Rack, you know you my people. I love y'all. Tell them I treat y'all good. Tell them. Thank you so much, y'all, for coming. Please like, comment, share. Subscribe if you feel it in your soul. I'll appreciate that. Otherwise, I will be back very soon with another video. And until then, you just remember that God loves you. No matter what you are or what you do, He loves you. And guess who else does? This guy. So I will see you guys soon. Talk to you later.